Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Steve,
And I'm Scott.
and together we're Backyard Musings broadcasting from Apple Valley, California.
And we are the Science and Technology Channel.
Yes, we are. And I'm dressed up because I'm going to the temple after we tape these segments.
And I'm not.
Okay. Think all sugar makes all the difference. Sugary drinks like soda and fruit juice sharply increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. Sugars in solid foods, especially nutrient-rich ones, may actually be less harmful or even protective. The findings challenge long-standing dietary assumptions and suggest it's time to rethink how we talk about sugar and health. The findings were reported on the 21st of March, 2025 in Advances in Nutrition. Would you like to know more?
So this kind of stuff gets me. You know, eggs are healthy, eggs are not healthy. Coffee's good for you, coffee's not good for you. Sugar's good for you, sugar's not good for you. But we'll go with it. For years, we've heard that sugar is one of the main drivers behind the global rise in type 2 diabetes. But new research from Brigham Young University is changing the way we look at sugar. According to the findings, where your sugar comes from matters just as much as how much you consume. So, okay?
So going back to your initial statement, Scott, the eggs thing. So if you were to say duck eggs are healthier than chicken eggs, that would be on par with the sugar in drinks versus the sugar in strawberries or blueberries. That would be a good comparison. I think that's what they're talking about.
Okay.
In the most extensive analysis of its kind, researchers from BYU and institutions in Germany examined data from over 500,000 people across multiple continents. Okay, so AI at work. Their discovery: sugars from drinks like soda and even fruit juice were consistently linked to a higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Surprisingly, sugars from other sources did not show the same risk. In fact, some were even linked to a lower risk.
Okay, this is a quote. This is the first study to draw clear dose-response relationships between different sugar sources and type 2 diabetes risk, according to Karen Delacorte, lead author and BYU nutritional science professor. Go on with the quote. It highlights why drinking your sugar, whether from soda or juice, is more problematic for health than eating it. Okay.
Even after accounting for factors like body mass index, overall calorie intake, and several other lifestyle risk factors, the differences were striking. With each additional 12-ounce serving of sugar-sweetened beverages, soft drinks, energy drinks, sport drinks per day, the risk for developing type 2 diabetes increased by 25%. This strong relationship showed that the increased risk began from the very first daily serving with no minimum threshold below which intake appeared to be safe. So that means I can't have any more Country Time lemonade. That stinks, man.
Well,
with each additional 8-ounce serving.
I don't think Country Time lemonade has sugar in it.
I think it's a sugary. It's like Kool-Aid that's pre-sweetened.
Oh, I didn't think it had sugar. I thought it had some kind of alternative sugar or sweetener in it. But I could be wrong. So anyway,
I'll have to check.
But they're
that
also
might make me feel a little bit better.
One soda a day, one 12-ounce soda a day is borderline okay. Go over that and your risk goes up. Right?
With each additional 8-ounce serving of fruit juice per day, 100% fruit juice, nectars, and juice drinks, the risk for developing type 2 diabetes increases by 5%. The above risks are relative, not absolute. For example, if the average person's baseline risk of developing type 2 diabetes is about 10%, 4 sodas a day could raise that to roughly 20%, not 100%. Comparatively, 20 grams per day intake of total sucrose, table sugar, and total sugar, the sum of all naturally occurring and added sugars in the diet, showed an inverse association with type 2 diabetes, hinting at a surprising protective association.
Why drinking sugar would be more problematic than eating sugar may come down to the differing metabolic effects. Sugar-sweet beverages and fruit juice supply isolated sugars, leading to a greater glycemic impact that would overwhelm and disrupt liver metabolism, thereby increasing liver fat and insulin resistance.
On the other hand, dietary sugars consumed in or added to nutrient-dense foods such as whole fruits, dairy products, or whole grains do not cause metabolic overload in the liver. These embedded sugars elicit slower blood glucose responses due to accompanying fiber, fats, proteins, and other beneficial nutrients.
Fruit juice, even with some vitamins and nutrients, is much less beneficial, which is weird, right? Because I mean, you buy fruit juice and it says 100% fruit juice, but yet there's natural sugar in that fruit content, I guess. Because of its high and concentrated sugar content, the researchers conclude that fruit juice is a poor substitute for whole fruits, which provide more fiber to support better blood glucose regulation. Okay.
Well, this study underscores the need for even more stringent recommendations for liquid sugars, such as those in sugar-sweetened beverages and fruit juice, as they appear to harmfully associate with metabolic health, Delacourt said. She continues, rather than condemning all added sugars, future dietary guidelines might consider the differential effects of sugar based on its source and form.
Okay.
So I follow this nutritionist guidelines. His name is Dr. David Harmon, Harmon, and for nutrition and supplements. And he says that any sugar in berries, blueberries, strawberries, cranberries, elderberry, whatever kind of berry, those sugars are good. The fats in avocados are good. So I've known about this for about 7 years already. So you can get your sugar intake from the cranberries and blueberries, um, and lay back on the processed sugar. You can even take cinnamon tablets to help regulate your blood sugar level.
Just doesn't taste as good.
The what?
It just doesn't taste as good.
Oh, blueberries taste good. Cranberries, now you got to mix the cranberries like with mix it up with blueberries or strawberries because the cranberries are really sour. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see how this works out. Hopefully they'll continue on with the study. So,
all right, folks, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the morning.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.